Evil must be punished. Tristan, what is the one thing I mess around with all the time? Guns, isn't it? Weapons. Don't you think that when you're dealing with ballistics, you might have to have at least a basic knowledge of physics? Huh? Don't you? Don't you think? And then you top it all by saying, well, VonHelton is a nobody because he gets all of his information from going to the library and reading books. Newsflash, Tristan, we all get our information from books. Okay? None of us have been to Mars, none of us have been to Neptune or Pluto or any of that. We get all of our information from books. All of us do. You, me, everybody. But what is so funny, and what is so absolutely hilariously funny, is that I have gotten you atheists here on YouTube arguing with the greatest luminary minds in our world's history. Newton, Galileo, Einstein. I've got you arguing with them. You're not arguing with me, you're arguing with them. I'm only parroting what they have said in the past. And so I've got you atheists arguing with your own scientific, with the greatest scientific minds man has ever known, and I'm sitting back here laughing my ass off. You're not arguing with me. You're arguing with Einstein. You're arguing with Newton, and you're arguing with Galileo. You're not arguing with me. When I talk about magnetic forces and gravitational forces, that's Galileo. Well, it's Newton also. And then when I'm talking about different planes of existence and string theory and universal theory, and then I'm talking about Einstein. I'm talking about other luminary scientists. And you're sitting there arguing with the greatest minds in science. It's hilariously funny. And not one of you got from my example of the green sky that you would automatically know that the damn sky is blue. I didn't think that I would have to actually say, now you think the sky is blue. I figured that you as atheists, supposedly scientifically minded atheists especially, would automatically assume from my example that you were already thinking and believing that the sky was blue, and therefore when I say the sky is green, you would then want me to prove it. I had no idea that I would have to sit and spell out every little jot and tittle for you clowns. I figured that you could assume from my example that you automatically believed that the sky was blue, I believed that it was green, and you would ask me to prove it, which is exactly what you would fucking do, because everybody on the freaking planet knows the sky is blue. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking, not one of you dunderheads got it right. Not one of you. And then you sit there and you argue with Einstein. Well, go ahead on and argue with Einstein, but I tend to agree with Einstein. And then the particle disappears. Not one of you luminaries of the atheist community here on YouTube can tell me where the damn particle went to. Well, if you can't tell me where it went to, what gives you the qualification to tell me what my opinion of it might be? I might think it might have went to Pluto, for all I know. But in that area of where that particle went, is it not possible that God could exist there? Yeah, it is. So atheism is a crock of shit from the very beginning. Because atheism says there was no God, there is no God, and there never will be a God. That is atheism. So atheism falls flat on its face. Period. But my God, Tristan, I mean, you know, you boggle my mind, dude. You just boggle my mind. Doesn't know anything about physics. Good God, man. You can't know anything about ballistics unless you know about physics. What, do you think just because I didn't sit under the watchful eye of some communist professor that makes me some sort of dumbass? That I don't have a piece of toilet paper hanging on my wall telling me how fucking great I am makes me some sort of a dumbass? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And if you'll look, you'll notice that most of your inventors are not scientists. They're inventors because instead of worrying about foolishness, they got down to the task at hand, which was inventing whatever it was they were trying to invent. And I prefer the hands-on approach. I would gladly take anybody that has hands-on experience as opposed to somebody that has book knowledge any day. That's why I try to balance myself between the two. You see? But anyway. And then now and then plus now you're wanting to attack my other stuff too. Well, that's fine. Knock yourself out, dude. I've thoroughly vetted a lot of this information, but you know, if you want to, go ahead. Don't matter to me. Jeez, Pete.